I really don't know what Anthony Haneveer, what his problem is. Editor of the Advocate newspaper. What is your problem with family and kids that you hate them so much, mate? You're like Ebenezer Scrooge. Playtime is over. Why Labor's big education gamble actually makes sense. Our youngest threw his teacher under the bus only days into the school year. Miss, name redacted to protect the innocent. It's different when it's somebody else, isn't it? When it's a Catholic school, you're a fucking grub, mate. Said we don't have to learn, our 4-year-old confidently claimed. We were left a little speechless. Should we send him off in search of work then? Maybe a coal mine? What a goose. Jokes aside, his bold remark offers a revealing take on kindergarten experience. And it's a timely discussion to have given the opposition's policy play on the subject this past week. You're a fucking idiot. Sorry, but yeah. Kinder derived from the German word for children. Good for you. Is Tasmania's year of non-compulsory part-time schooling for kids aged 4 at the beginning of the year. Unlike in other states, it's attached to big schools. While the kinder kids are wearing the uniform, their day looks different. It's more like what they get up to at childcare or early learning centres. The term is play-based learning, and it's a win that my son doesn't see it as a chore. Would he feel the same if it were 5 days a week rather than 3? That's the question. Labor's promised to make kinder full-time raises. That's the question. Labor's raises. How would the kids cope? And what would their parents think of it all? It's a policy reminiscent of now Premier Jeremy Rockliff's attempt to improve the state's education outcomes. 10 years ago, as the then Education Minister, Mr Rockliff wanted to lower Tasmania's school starting age. It was coming from the same place that Labor leader Josh Willey, a former primary school teacher, is today. The Liberals faced an intense backlash and abandoned their reforms. There were fears that children would be too young, while the childcare sector believed it would lose out. The benefits that would flow from giving kids, especially those from disadvantaged homes, a better start in life were lost in the debate. So, too, was the reality of their play-based learning environment. The one where my child thinks he's just playing, but is actually building critical social and cognitive skills. Bringing his passion for education from the classroom, Mr Willey is seeking to spark an important conversation. Well, that would be fine if it really was education, but it's indoctrination. And clearly it worked well on you, Anthony. That's a welcome change from an opposition that previously offered little, expecting to win simply because the government was bad. We're all best served when politics is a contest of ideas, so let's have at it. So, the opening sentence is plenty enough to see the arrogance and determined ignorance to what the child was crying out for. Only what every child is entitled to, and we as mothers and fathers are obligated to provide. Family, love, connection, belonging. You see, even a child who has a caring foster home feels unwanted. Of course they do. How can they feel any other way? Their mother didn't take proper care of them and their father didn't protect them. Anthony Haneveer clearly has something against traditional Christian family values and the rights of children to not just see and know, but receive the ongoing soul connection that is formed in the womb from the moment of conception. You see, when the mummy and daddy love each other very much and they have a child, they automatically forfeit all their rights and freedoms and accept contract to obligatory responsibilities that are not negotiable. This is what the courts get wrong, the leftist bureaucrats get wrong, the state gets wrong, and the hardcore religion of atheism gets wrong. By surrendering the mother-father responsibilities to the state, they are serving the connection that makes discipline actually very easy. because they don't want to disappoint the two people who provide, protect and fight for them. So they go on the path that they should go. And should they wander from it when they are older, they can always find their way back. They don't need to be told right from wrong, they know it. My 19-year-old son with autism, who was told he would never read, is finally reading and writing. Now he has a private tutor. And my 16-year-old daughter is well on the way to becoming an English literature teacher, all thanks to their early development in a loving home. And yes, my son finally has a private tutor who's old school, who knows how to teach him. The amount of evaluators, psychological assessment, gronks, gurus, blue-haired fruitcakes and Karens that kept telling me he will never read, he'll never do mathematics, he'll never be able to tell time, he'll never write. He's doing all of those things. He's doing all of those things, all thanks to a tutor that spends 2 one-hour sessions with him a week. 2 one-hour sessions with him a week for under a year has made an entire life, an entire school career, a waste of his time. A waste of his time, a waste of my time, a waste of a lot of headaches and a lot of pain and anguish and suffering. And I'm not even kidding a little bit. A lot of tears, a lot of humiliation. And my daughter had a couple of good teachers, and because I read to them when they were little, and so did their mum, credit where it's due, we might not be together, but we read books that mattered to them, books that they were engaged with. They liked us reading to them when they went to bed. We read to them all the time. We made sure they were loved. We made sure that when they had a boo-boo, was it a boo-boo or a wah-wah? You know? We didn't leave our responsibilities up for somebody else that they have no connection to. The state needs to piss off out of our homes, out of our families, and anyone that's brain dead enough to think that this is a Labor Liberal thing, a two-party, or what have we got now? How many parties does Australia have now? I've lost count, actually. It's one big party, isn't it? It's like a big free-for-all. If they think that this is not a matter for politics, okay? Politics needs to fuck off out of it. This is a family issue. Ever since politics stuck its nose in the first place and created baby bonuses, and stuck their nose in the first place and decided to have a blanket national, federal Board of Education telling us what we can and can't read in an Orwellian education system. Look at the kids now.